Hello friends, welcome to my channel Dr. Vivek Modi. A 50-year-old very successful businessman was sipping his morning tea while watching news on the television. Suddenly he sees some news and switches off the television. Then he picks up his phone and makes few calls to all his close friends and invites them for evening party at his home. So in the evening, all the close friends have come to his home. They were having nice party. There was music, nice food, and they were enjoying. Suddenly, one of the friends realizes that he doesn't know what for this party is called. So he goes to the host and asks, "Hey, what's the occasion? Why have you called this party?" So the man says, "Have you heard today's news?" He said, "Yes." "Do you know there is a big earthquake on that hill station?" So they say, "Yes." "You know, I have bought a 5 crore rupee bungalow last month there." Now they all were little surprised that this man has 5 crore rupee bungalow and there was an earthquake and he's throwing a party. So they get little serious and they says, "Hey, everything is fine." He said, No, don't worry, everything is fine. The bungalow is completely decimated in that earthquake and I'm not even going to get any insurance money for that because it's an act of God. So now they all get serious, they stop the music, they come close to him and they say, "Hey, are you fine? Why would you give party for such a bad news? You've lost just 5 crore rupee bungalow." So the man replies, "See, by throwing this party, I want to give two statements. First, I want to thank God that only my bungalow is taken away and not me. And if I am alive, I'll create 10 more bungalows. But the second statement, I want to give it to that bungalow that I created it for my happiness and I don't give it a chance to take away my peace." Think about it, friends. All the accumulations, all the things, what we are having for our happiness, what we are building to live a more comfortable life of abundance, and we should. There is nothing wrong in that. We must understand the right context related to it, that these all things are for our happiness and they must not have the power to take away our peace. That would be right context. Otherwise, everything which we have accumulated, when we lose it, it will become a reason for our loss of peace, and that would not be very matured. Friends, we have two different kinds of brain. There are two brains which are primitive, relatively primitive. One is our reptilian brain, another is limbic brain. So these two brains are very primitive in nature, and we have the most advanced system which is here, which is called prefrontal cortex. And what is the fundamental difference between these two? While our primitive brains run on survival instinct, they help us to survive, very basic part of life. Our matured brain, which has come very late in the evolution, it helps us in thriving, it helps us in understanding, it helps us in taking charge of our emotions, it helps us responding and not just reacting. As mature people, we need to learn the art of living the life with the help of this matured mind and not always getting into survival mode. Survival mode means playing to not lose. And what is the disadvantage in that? If you play to not lose, you have very little chance of winning. And the worst part is you don't enjoy the game. So we must play the game with a sense of adventure and a will to win and not to avoid loss. Think about it. I hope you find this video useful, and if you do, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to share it. Thank you so much. See you again.